and Brad, the two most famous physical therapists on the internet.
Hi, folks. I'm Bob Schrupp, physical therapist.
Brad Heineck, physical therapist.
We are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course, Bob.
By the way, we're not supposed to speak over each other.
Did you get hollered at?
Yeah, I got yelled at. Today we're talking about two 60-second exercises that took away my shoulder pain, that's me, in 2 weeks. And it was an impingement problem, and it's gone.
And by the way, impingement, they feel, is about 70% of shoulder pain.
Yeah, it's a lot. I would say most people have some, even if it's another problem, quite often impingement is playing a role too.
Sure, right.
I think we can safely say that.
Yep.
By the way, if you're new to our channel, please take a second to subscribe to us. We provide videos how to stay healthy, fit, pain-free, and we upload every day. Join us on our social media platforms. He's helping out. I always have to look to see if it's going to be the right side up, especially Instagram. That's the new one we're starting on. We got some funny pictures on there. You probably didn't see that, Brad.
No, not yet.
And then Facebook, we're going to be giving away some stuff because we're just about 2 weeks away from hitting 1 million subscribers on YouTube. So we're going to start giving away loads of stuff.
Yeah, a little celebration.
Yep, a little celebration. All right, so what are we talking about with impingement here, Brad? Let's start with that first. Let's take Sam the skeleton up to about right here. All right, Brad, and you're going to kind of point things out as I mentioned them.
Yeah, I think a lot of times if you can see what's going on, it just makes more sense, and you're more motivated to do the exercises.
So you have the humeral head here. That's like a ball, and this the coracoid acromial socket, I guess, where you kind of forms the socket here.
The upper part of the ball.
The upper part of the ball.
And that becomes part of the impingement. That is where the impingement happens.
Right. I shouldn't say the socket is over here. So.
Right.
All right, so we have there's three things that kind of play a role in causing the impingement. One is the shape of the acromion itself. I don't know, can you see over here real quick? Can I see that too? Yeah. This can be shaped kind of three different ways. It can be flat, it can be curved, it can be hooked. Now, if it's hooked, it's going to obviously could cause you some tension or pain on the ligament here. So the shape of that. Now we'll talk about one possible way to do with something like that, but that's a little more difficult one to deal with. You have the coracoid acromial ligament right here, right there. That can be shaped sometimes by exercise number 1 that we're going to show you today.
Right, and by that, actually you stretch it.
Yeah.
And it's a ligament, so it doesn't stretch in a day or two. It takes some time. But we'll refer to a book that has a whole study on how that can work and be effective.
And then we have what we call, the whole shoulder here is covered by what we call a tough fibrous capsule.
Right.
And that capsule can be tight in the back, and that can push the shoulder forward a little bit and cause it to be, cause an impingement there too. And you can get impingement of the bursa under there. You can get impingement of the rotator cuff ligaments. And the bicep tendon too, the long head can get.
Yep, that's this one right here. So there's all kinds of things that can go wrong if the mechanics aren't working properly, and so that's what we're gonna show you how to do.
I think we spent enough time on that, Brad. So very simply, you're gonna need some type of device, something long. You probably can use a broom handle. We like the Booyah stick. It seems to be made for this, Brad.
It works beautifully.
I'll tell you, I fell in love with it. I know we invented it, but I mean, I have really become a big fan after this, because when you have a problem yourself and you solve it using something, I mean, it becomes very important to you in your life, because my shoulder, I mean, was hurting me almost all the time.
Sure.
I mean, I was getting pain, definitely bring it up in internal rotation, bring it over. This was hurting.
Right.
So,
classic impingement symptoms.
Right. And we're going to talk about this a little bit later too, but I think this would work with a lot of other shoulder issues. I would not use it with a dislocated shoulder, a loose shoulder, or I wouldn't use it for a total shoulder replacement either.
Right. So, okay, so what are we going to do,
All right,
Bob?
the first one we're going to do is, let's get things moving. What you called the Statue of Liberty stretch.
Oh, yes, I like that.
So now you can do it seated. You could sit down on a chair.
You want me to sit there?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Why don't you do it seated on that way? I was going to show a different way, but you go ahead. Yeah. Put it up on the seat itself.
A firm chair works really a little more than a cushion one, because, and that's the thing, you need a stick that has something that doesn't slip or poke in and damage the chair that you're on.
And it needs to have pretty good length too.
Right. About an inch and a half in diameter is easier to grab. That's the thing about the Booyah stick. They just have a lot of grip. You don't have to grab tight and your hand sticks to it. So you start out with your hand like in the Statue of Liberty pose, and then go up as high as you can, and then you simply lean forward, and as you lean forward, it stretches that arm out, and that will help stretch out that coracoid
acromial ligament.
Right, that ligament that we were mentioning. And who is the doctor that wrote the book?
Dr. Kirsch.
Dr. Kirsch, yep.
Yeah, we're not going to take credit for this one. This one, he's written a whole book on basically hanging, and he was talking about using like a pull-up bar, which you can do too, by the way, would work just as well. We just assume a lot of people don't have a pull-up bar. But he's got a lot of case studies, orthopedic surgeon. He goes into great detail. We recommend you get the book if you are curious about this method. But, Brad and I think we're a little bit skeptical at first.
Oh, I was initially. I thought it didn't make a lot of sense. But after going through the book and then working with it.
Yeah, it's worked well with a lot of our patients. And so we're become big fans. A lot of people don't have a pull-up bar. I thought this is a great way to do it.
Right.
Without having one. I actually do it in the mornings. I stretch my calf muscle off the step.
Yep.
So I'll put this on top of. So I got steps going up here. You got to picture this.
Sure.
And I'll just lean like this, and I'll stretch my calf and stretch my shoulder at the same time.
Right. So he's thinking about stretching this calf with his heel down. We're not going to get into that. But look at the shoulder.
I can put it up even higher because the steps are even higher. But you know what I'm saying? My
Right,
steps go up way up like this, actually. So I'm really getting a good stretch while I'm doing this. And that's the beauty of these. They take, it's going to be a lot shorter than this video.
Right.
They take 60 seconds. I mean, that's way plenty.
Right.
So 2 60-second stretches.
As a matter of fact, Dr. Kirsch, I believe he initially start out 10 to 30 seconds, depending on how your shoulder responds.
Yeah, it's hard to hang if you haven't hung before.
Right, your grip
and everything else good. All right, the second exercise is one we invented. And I want to make sure you know how to do this because I was showing this to my son, and I couldn't believe how much trouble he had doing this. So you're going to go ahead and you're going to put it behind you like this, and that's where the Booyah stick is real nice because it's slippery. And you're going to grab on. Where are you? There you are. And you want to make sure this is not hitting your head like this.
Sure.
This is what Matt was doing. You're going to go off to the side.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going off to the side of the head like this. You're going to pull it up. Yep, and then you're going to crank it back like this, so you're actually doing like Brad called a chicken wing in wrestling, right?
Yep, very similar to that.
So you give it a good stretch, pressure on, pressure off, slide it up, pressure on, pressure off, slide it up, pressure on, pressure off.
How many repetitions would you recommend, Bob?
I would go ahead and do 10.
Okay. Now, you told me that you would do this, you'd have shoulder pain.
Yep.
You would do this stretch. It was not a painful stretch, so that's a good sign.
No.
You can continue with it. And then after you did the stretch.
After I did the stretch, right now, I feel no pain at all.
Right.
So I mean, it gave me immediate relief.
And that's what I think exactly you should do. You should try it. If you're going, impingement typically hurts when you go up, or this motion, do it. Do the stretch, maybe only 5 times to start with, and then immediately do the same motion. And if it feels better afterwards,
you're definitely on the right path then.
Right.
And I wouldn't say, it's not going to, just because it takes the pain away originally, there's still irritation there from that being pinched so many times. And so that's got to calm down. That's what I think takes the 2 weeks.
Sure.
And plus, I think we're stretching the posterior capsule. That's our theory here.
Right.
And that's what's happening, why this is getting better. It takes a while to stretch that out and keep it stretched out. Mm-hmm. You want to work on your good posture too while you're doing all these.
Right.
So you always want to make sure that's a role too. But I've been amazed. I am having my patients do these now too. And so far, good luck with those too. So
yeah, very good, Bob.
All right. Well, booyah. And if you haven't already, like we said, make sure you subscribe to us. We're going to remind people.
Take care.